You're 30 meters underwater, suspended in darkness, and at first, everything feels normal. Your breathing is steady. Your equipment is stable. The line connecting you to the surface moves gently with the current. Then something shifts, not violently, not suddenly, just enough to feel wrong. Your line tightens slightly, pulling in a direction you didn't move. You pause, waiting for it to correct itself. But it doesn't. You look around, but the darkness swallows everything beyond a few meters. And in that moment, you realize something you can't ignore anymore. Down here, control is an illusion. You chose this job. You trained for it, prepared for it. You understood the risks before you ever stepped into the water. But understanding danger from above is nothing like feeling it surround you from every direction. Underwater welding isn't just a job. It's isolation, pressure, and time working against you at every moment. The deeper you go, the less forgiving everything becomes. Your body changes, your thinking slows, your margin for error disappears. And the most dangerous part? You don't always realize something is wrong until it's already too late. Your first real dive feels unreal from the moment you enter the water. Everything above the surface feels controlled, predictable, safe. But the second your body sinks below, that disappears. The cold hits first, sharp, immediate, unavoidable. It doesn't ask permission. It just takes over. Then comes the sound, or rather, the lack of it. The world goes quiet in a way that doesn't feel natural. The only thing left is your breathing, echoing inside your helmet, repeating over and over again until it becomes impossible to ignore. You descend slowly, following the line. At first, it feels manageable. Then your body starts reacting. Your movements feel heavier than they should. Your hands don't respond as quickly. Your sense of direction starts to blur slightly. You reach the bottom and pause, not because you were told to, because something inside you needs a second to adjust. You look around. There's no horizon, no distance, no sense of scale, just darkness and pressure. And for the first time, you understand something clearly. This is not a place your body was meant to be. By the time you start working, you've learned how to control your breathing, at least enough to function. You descend again, this time with purpose. You reach the structure you've been assigned to repair, your hands finding the metal surface through limited visibility. The task itself is simple. Stabilize, position, weld. You activate your tool, and a small burst of light cuts through the darkness. It helps, but only within a narrow space. Everything beyond that remains hidden. You focus on your hands, on the process, on staying steady. Then your tool slips slightly. It's small, almost nothing, but it's enough to remind you how unstable everything is down here. You correct it immediately, continuing the weld as if nothing happened. But your breathing changes. You notice it before you can stop it. Faster, shorter. You force it back under control, because you know something now. Mistakes underwater don't announce themselves. They build, quietly. They send you deeper, far deeper than before. The descent takes longer, and with every meter, you feel something tightening around you. It's not pain, not exactly. It's pressure. Subtle at first, then impossible to ignore. Your suit protects you, your equipment holds, but your body still feels it, in your chest, in your head, in the way your thoughts start to slow just enough to notice. Communication becomes harder. Voices from above crackle through your headset, distorted and delayed. You respond, but even your own voice sounds distant. Unfamiliar. You reach the work site, far below anything you recognize. The darkness here feels different. Heavier. You turn your head slowly, trying to see beyond your immediate area. But there's nothing. No edges, no reference points, just space. You are completely alone down here. Not physically, but mentally, and the silence starts to press in from every side. The current changes without warning. At first, it feels like a slight push. Then it becomes something more. Your body shifts even when you try to stay still. Your position becomes harder to maintain, and your grip on the structure tightens instinctively. You adjust. You always adjust. But the water doesn't stop moving. It never does. Then you feel it, a vibration. Small, subtle, but wrong. You stop what you're doing and focus on it. It's coming from your gear, not loud enough to panic, but enough to break your concentration. You check your connections. Everything looks intact. Nothing is visibly damaged, but something doesn't feel right. The current pushes again, stronger this time, forcing you slightly off position. You correct yourself quickly, but your confidence shifts. You're no longer just working. You're reacting. And reacting is dangerous down here, because it means you're already behind. Now you're at a depth where everything feels different. The pressure is constant, not sharp, not sudden, just always there. Your breathing feels heavier, like the air itself is resisting you. You pause, check your system again. Everything looks normal, but your body disagrees. You inhale, and it feels slower than it should. You exhale, and it lingers too long. Then you see it. Your line. It's twisted, not fully tangled, but enough to restrict movement, enough to become a problem. You reach for it carefully, trying not to make it worse. Your gloves feel clumsy now. Your hands don't move the way you expect them to. You adjust the line slightly. It tightens. Your breathing spikes instantly. You stop. Force yourself to slow down. You cannot rush this, because going up too fast from this depth is not an option. You are not free to leave. You are only allowed to survive. Everything narrows. Your focus, your breathing, your movements. There's no space left for distraction. You look at the line again. You move slowly, adjusting it with as little force as possible. The current pushes. You resist. Your body strains. Your grip tightens. You feel your heartbeat, loud and heavy inside your chest. You make another adjustment, careful, controlled. The tension shifts, just slightly. Then it loosens. Not completely, but enough. Enough to breathe. A real breath. For the first time in minutes. But you don't relax. You can't. Because now you understand something fully. Down here, nothing is stable. Not your position, not your equipment, not even your own body. You are only ever one mistake away from losing everything. You ascend slowly, following procedure, letting the pressure release step by step. The surface feels far away, even as you get closer. And when you finally break through, the world feels different. Louder, lighter, but not safer. Because something stays with you. The memory of that depth, that pressure, that silence. You understand it now in a way you didn't before. The ocean doesn't fight you. It doesn't chase you. It doesn't try to win. It just exists. And every time you go down, you are stepping into something that doesn't need you to fail. Because if you do, it doesn't react. It simply keeps you.